everyone and welcome to Move Pure. My name is Lauren and I'm a physiotherapist, Pilates and yoga instructor. Today we are going to do a full body workout. We're going to start with a nice spinal mobilizer just to free up all those stiff, tight areas, and then we're going to work into carefully activating through our body so that we can feel nice and stable and strong. All right, let's go.
Okay, starting in the middle of your mat, we are going to do a gentle roll down. So tucking your chin into your chest and rolling down through the spine. Once you hit the bottom of your roll down, enter into a halfway lift, extend through the spine, and then fold. We have two more. Extend and fold. Extend through the back of the knees and your back, and fold over heavy through the crown of the head. Walk the hands out and then gently place your knees down into 4-point kneeling. Then we're going to work into a cat-cow. So extending out and then folding through. Inhale to extend. Exhale to fold. Inhale, extend, arch your back. Exhale, fold, pull your belly and chin to chest round through the spine. Inhale, tailbone up to the ceiling. Exhale, round through the tailbone. Coming back to neutral. We start to work side to side now. So closing down on your right side, drawing your shoulder to your hip, and then working over to the other side. Here we're really aiming to open up the lateral side of our spine by closing down the opposite side. Just work at a pace that feels nice for you. Coming back to neutral, we're going to open our right arm out and then work into a thread the needle. We're going to inhale, open out again. Exhale and thread through a little bit further. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Other side. Inhale, open the left arm and then thread through. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread. Last one. Inhale, open and then thread through. We finish off opening out our wings, plant the hands down. In neutral spine, we're going to work into some knee hovers. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, we're going to lift the knees up off the floor. Holding here, nice and tight through our tummy to then lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. Nice neutral spine, squeeze through the core. Exhale, lower. Continue to lift those knees and lower back down. Make sure you're gently pulling in your rib cage and you're pulling up and in through your core to support your spine. Make sure your spine is in that lovely neutral position. Your knees are underneath your hips and you're pushing the ground away with your arms to set your shoulder blades. Last one here, and then have a gentle rest. We're going to work now into an alternating arm and leg lift. So extend your left arm out and kick your right leg back. Tap both hand and knee to the floor and then lift back up. Be careful not to overextend through your lower back. So you really need to connect your rib cage to your pubic bone by activating and pulling in your belly. Really push strongly through your right arm to set your right shoulder blade. Reach those fingertips away from your toes, nice and long. Let's go for another few rounds. Up and down, and then we'll work our way after the next rep into our other side. Good job. Let's keep going over onto the other side. Extend your right arm out. Left leg goes back, pull the belly in and extend. We tap down and lift. Down and lift. Making sure your pelvis remains in neutral, so the two hip bones at the front of your hips are pointing down to the ground. Careful not to open out your left leg to the side too much. Lifting up. Lowering down, continue to breathe, really soak in the activation. Let's go one more, and down. Then we're going to move now into a combination of both the knee hover and the leg extension. So tucking the toes back under neutral spine. We'll lift the knees, extend your right leg back behind in line with your hip, draw it back in. Other side, extend and kick, draw it back in, and then lower the knees back down. Take a breath to prepare. And then lift, exhale, extend your right side and in. Extend your other side and in, making sure your hips stay in the exact same height. Last couple here, extend and in, extend and in. Pull the belly in tight and lower down. Tuck the toes under, open the knees out, drop the hips back, have a gentle rest in child's pose. Use child's pose to really stretch out through your shoulders all the way down into your lower back. So reach those fingertips as far as you can forward. When you're ready, just pop up and we're going to come over onto our back and prepare for our glute series. So lying down with your feet flat on the floor and knees bent, hands by your side, shoulders nice and wide. We're just working into a double leg glute bridge, so lifting those hips up and gently bring them back down. Up and squeeze and lower. Up for 3 and down. 4, hold those ribs in and down. Make sure you're getting that full extension through your hips. Up and down. On our next one, we'll lift up, come halfway down, and then we're going to pulse up and down for 20 seconds. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Finishing off there, and let's just gently bring ourselves back down onto our mat. Okay, now we are going to work into a little challenge, our single leg bridges. So starting with our right leg, left leg in tabletop, let's push those hips up to the sky and back down for our single leg bridge. If you find this not challenging enough, you can float those arms up to the sky and keep them in line with your shoulders off the floor. Otherwise, keep your hands in by your side because we are going to start pulsing very, very soon. Again, keeping those ribs in and really squeezing the glute when you lift up into that hip extension. Make sure your shoulders are nice and wide as well. Let's go up and down now into those pulses. Okay, we have another 8 seconds. Keep going for me. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Coming down and just switching over to the other leg. So left leg is working now, right leg in tabletop. Let's lift those hips up high into that single leg glute bridge. Really push your left heel into the ground, making sure you activate through your glute before lifting up. So think of squeezing it first and then lift the hips up to the sky, and really try and get that lovely hip extension at the height of your bridge. Let's do a couple more and then work into our halfway pulses. Last one here, and let's pulse up and down now for 10 seconds. Let's go up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Squeeze and hold, and then slowly lower down. Hug your knees into your chest, squeeze them in tight, stretch out those glutes. And then we are going to work our way onto our side. So coming up and over, when you're ready, onto your right side for me. We are lying on our right side first, resting our head on our underside arm. Top leg comes up and over, bottom leg just shoots out straight underneath our right hip. We're working into some inner thigh lift and lowers. So really trying to work from the top of the inner thigh to lift the foot off the floor. Squeeze and hold at the top and then lower down. Squeeze and hold and lower. making sure you have your ribs gently tucked in and you're not collapsing through your torso either. Open up your top shoulder to the sky so you're nice and open to the front of the room. Soon we're going to work into some pulses. So prepare your core, prepare your body. Let's go pulsing up and down now. Up and up, up and up. Really squeeze and hold, squeeze and hold. We'll go for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze and hold, and then lower down. Let's change our position now. We're going to work into our lateral glute. So bottom leg bends in, top leg extends out away from the hip, and we're just lifting that top leg up to the sky and back down. Okay, let's continue to lift and lower. Check in with your core, make sure you're activating nicely through your deep core, pulling your belly into the spine, and making sure your hips aren't wiggling around too much. So you really want to hold your pelvis in nice and tight. Ribs are gently pulling in as well, and again that top shoulder is nice and open. We are going to work into some pulses with our lateral glutes as well. So prepare your core nice and tight and start to pulse up and down. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze, 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 holding it tight, and then we're going to move over onto our other side. So feeling the burn there, we come up and pop on over. This time onto our left, resting our head on our bottom arm, top leg comes up and over. We work to those inner thighs first. So making sure that bottom leg is directly underneath our hip. Now you might notice some differences left and right. One side might always be a little bit weaker than the other. And if it is, we really need to focus and concentrate on what our positioning is. If we can concentrate on our core and making sure our spine and pelvis are in neutral when we do the positions, or the movement, then we can really work the muscles in their more efficient way. Even if we don't lift as high or we don't feel it as much, it's best to have everything in the perfect alignment. Let's work into those pulses when you're ready, up and down. Let's go. Nice burn here, really pull the belly in. We've got 10 seconds. Try keep the coordination if you can. That top shoulder is opening out nice and wide, up and down for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Let's work over now into that lateral glute. Again, you might notice a little bit of a difference in our strengths and weaknesses side to side here, especially in our lateral glutes. So let's lift up and down for me, really making sure our hips aren't wiggling left and right. For me, I do find the right side a little bit harder to control. So really focusing on the core, making sure I'm not collapsing down through my side body, and just working that leg up and down in a straight line. Soon we'll work into those pulses, so a couple more. Let's go up and down, and let's begin to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, you've got this, and 1. Notice the fatigue, and when you're ready, let's just gently stop and bring that leg back down. Good job. Let's pop on up, and we are going to move back down onto our back and work back into our core. So setting up with our core, pulling the lower belly in, make sure you're in a nice neutral spine, bringing both legs up into tabletop. Once here, we're going to take our right arm to our left knee and extend our left arm up to the sky. Inhale, and then exhale, extend the leg and the arm away from each other. Opposite arm to leg extensions. Good job. Keep working out and in And don't forget your breath. I always like to breathe out as I take my arm and leg out, and breathe in as I bring my arm and leg in. Let's go for another few. And out, in, and relax. Let's pop over to the other side. No fuss, let's go out and in. Beautiful. Keep pressure of your hand onto your knee and your knee into your hand. So you're creating an anterior sling activation, making sure that you're really working through the front body and not dumping into your lower back and arching. So really pulling in that belly, using your hand on your knee to control your neutral spine. A couple more here, and remember, don't forget to breathe. Last one, and then relax. Beautiful job. We're coming back to the first side very quickly, working straight into the same position and then adding a sit-up. If you feel this is not for you and you have a sore neck, it's absolutely fine to keep your head down and just repeat the previous exercise. Good job. Let's go out. Squeeze, lift the chest, and out, and squeeze and lift. Good job. Remember that breath. Remember pressing into your knee with your hand. Let's go a couple more. 1, 2, and relax. Again, no fuss. We work straight over to the other side. Breathe in, breathe out. We take the leg out, an arm, and then sit up. Good job. And up. I obviously forgot to put bobby pins in here because my bun is not sitting on my head. But that is okay. We keep going. We keep pushing. Out and in. Let's go. Few more. Really squeeze through that six-pack to lift your chest up. Careful not to move through your neck. And up. Let's go. Last one. Beautiful job. And then we're resting. Have a little break. Allow your knees to gently rock side to side. Get a lovely movement through your spine and your hips. All right, let's continue to push through. We're going to come up and over into our plank series. Here we're going to lift ourselves up into our plank. From here, extend the right leg and then drive it in towards your right elbow. Extend it back and down. Good. Lift the left to the knee, back and down. Good job. Keep working opposites, right and left, squeezing through your core. Careful not to drop through your shoulders, so really pull the shoulder blades onto the rib cage. Tucking that pelvis under, activating through your core. Ribs are tucked in. Up and squeeze, back and down. Last one, let's go. Extend and down. Drop the knees. Give yourself a little break. Drop into child's pose. Well done, everyone. We have one last plank series here to get through. So we're going to pop up now, pop up into our plank. We're working into some elbow to hand knee drives. So we pick our leg up, drive it into our elbow, back down to the mat, lift it up and down. Squeeze and hold and down. Really push the ground away, really setting those shoulder blades as much as you can. Pull the rib cage in. Working nice and hard now. Heart rate's gently lifting a tiny bit. We take our leg back, drop it down. Short moment in child's pose. Not too long. We want to come back and do the other side. So when you feel ready, we come up. Let's go. Tucking those toes under, come into your plank. Lift the left leg, drive the knee in, tap it to the floor, and up. Hug it nice and tight. Down and up. Let's go. Down and up. Really push the ground away. Don't forget, really hug the belly in tight. You've got this. Let's go a couple more. 1 and 2 and down. Last one. Take the legs back to plank, drop the knees, and you deserve a nice child's pose Well done, everyone. That is the last exercise. Good job.
Well done, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your workout. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, all my contact information is below. We'll see you next week.